Hey everybody, it is May 2nd and Hobby Logger is getting ready to fire off the gasifier. I've been yapping about it for a while, and I guess I've got to get held down and be accountable for it. So I went down this morning. It's been in storage now for almost a year. So I pulled everything out. I started at 8 o'clock this morning, and it's now about 10:30, I'm guessing. And went and got myself my coffee, and I've got everything out here and set up and everything. And it's looking good. We're going to try out a new filter that I put on. I was concerned that the almost like nicotine stain was coming through this filter here, or through the clear line. So I figured I'd try this new filter out, and I'll explain that later on when we get going there. But actually, it's just an air filter inside of this 5-gallon bucket that was on one of my machines down there, and I cleaned it out, and it's just inside there. I also have a big thing of oil absorbent pad in there to see if it's going to trap any tars or anything. But I went up to the furnace, and I like to cheat to get this thing started early, so I went up to the furnace and I got a bucket of coals out of the furnace to start with. But I have found that there are little pieces of, I'm going to call it clinkers. There's one right there. There's one right there. And I'm not sure if I might have put some of them in there, so this is going to be a test. So anyhow, we're going to fire it off. I've got some coals in here right now. It's not doing much anything, except sitting there. I haven't started the fire yet, or the fan. So we're going to do that. Try to remember what the heck we did last year. I think we're all set up. I'm going to go right direct with the flare from the filters. I'm not going to start off early and then check it to see if we're making it. I'm going to let it run for a while. We're going to let it push some smoke. We're going to purge the system out because it's been sitting all year. So we're just going to let it run for a while. Then we'll touch it off and go from there. Then we're going to hook it into the generator. I had that set up for gasoline this winter when we were if we were going to lose power. We never did down here. So, but I can switch right over. I put the adapter on for the wood gas, so we'll run it right out of that. My other thing we want to do is I want to check our level of preparedness. You know, if all of a sudden we lose power for who knows how long does it take us to get going? How long does it take us to get materials together for what we need to run this thing, and whether it's going to work or not charging up our big battery bank here. So that's going to be the question that's going to have to get resolved today. I'm going to do a test with a smaller battery. I don't want to try it on the big one yet, but as soon as the generator is going, I'm going to take that battery charger that's right now hooked up for the flare, for the bilge pump, and that's what's running that. But right now I'm going to switch it over to this other battery that's got nothing hooked to it, and we are going to see if it's going to run the battery charger for that. If it runs it for that, it'll run it for all the other batteries on the big one, because it's still a 12-volt system. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Ouch, that's hot. So I'll put this up on the stand. We'll touch off the flare, and we'll go from there. All right, so we lopped off a little bit of stuff there. It's not much, but it's going to be enough to start the process here. We are just about 200 right now. Yeah. Still cool. This one's warm. That one's a little bit warm. That one's okay. Still cold. I'm not sure if those coals have gotten down into the rest of that ember bed. This is old material that was down in there from I didn't even take out the old stuff from last year, so we're gonna have to see if it's gonna work it or not. It's pulling. I can turn up the speed of this thing to see if that'll help it. Yeah, that's pulling a little better. Let's see if we can knock it in there a little bit. I think we'll add a little wood there and see if it's going to do anything. No time like the present, huh? Gotta keep the bark out of it. Alright, I'm gonna put this camera away over here. We'll just let it keep running for a minute. Oh, it's like we got company coming.
Pulling all the smoke through. Pulling all the smoke through.
What are we up to? It's 200 a minute ago.
Oh, 250, 235.
Probably 240.
smoke there.
Yeah. Well, we're just starting. We gonna try. I've got some of those little nasty things down, those little power pellets like that down in to start with, on top of the hot coals we put in there. But I'm gonna try this. This is chips from one of those tree chippers there, the brush chippers. So this is pine. We're gonna see how it does. I know I've got more stuff down below. Carl's gonna try the, I think he's got it. She's lit. See the heat? My God, that was quick. Huh? That's fast. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, all right. I see the heat pouring right out of there. So we'll put and we haven't even hardly made any smoke yet. That is cool. Yeah. Look at that, huh? Well, by God, I would say our level of preparedness is pretty good. And for sitting all winter, and I don't think we've been letting this thing run for any more than maybe a half an hour. Our temperature is up to 250 right now. I guess I got the jitters, I'm so excited.
Hey, looks a lot cleaner than it was with the new filter.
Yeah. So our new final filter seems to be working pretty well. What I did is I left this section here as a test to come out of the filters, because I know it was like nicotine in there before. So this is going to be a test to see if this side of the filter stays cleaner. And if it does, we might be onto something here. So
That looks a lot cleaner.
it's still running. I mean, that thing is still...
Oh, that's probably going to go for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I put 2/3 of that thing full, I think. That hopper. That's pretty good, guys.
Well,
For sitting there on...
I want to see if this fires up a generator.
yeah, we probably could.
You know? We are making gas.
Oh, we got to have that shut off in a different spot.
Well, you have a shut off there on that feed anyway, so if
Yeah, but it's going to come back into that tank there. If we do it, we're going to have to...
well, you have a shut off regardless, so you can shut it off. So.
Yeah. Of course, this is a little bit jury-rigged right now, just sitting on a pallet, but we do have a trailer that we had picked up for this thing. We can mount that on if we have to take it anywhere. I think the next thing we're going to have to try here, that's still pushing. That's still running. Oh, this is a lot.
Can you see the shade on the ground from the heat?
Yeah.
Can they see that? Not much.
Probably see the reflection there a little bit. Let me see if I can get that.
Well, we proved it with a burning piece of plywood.
Yeah.
Definitely fire.
That is
Just clean
definitely
fire.
pretty impressive.
Clean fire.
Yeah, that is really clean, guys.
What's your temp? Oh, that's been holding steady at 230, 240.
That's it, huh?
I think it has something to do with how fast that motor speed is.
Right.
Because you're getting new, clean, cold air going in,
Right.
keeping it cold.
Now, when we had the Kohler, the 2-cylinder on there,
Yeah.
she was running 550.
Probably because it wasn't getting as...
Oh,
it probably doesn't bail as much fuel out like that thing.
Right.
That's keeping it cold.
Plus, that's a used filter in there. Let me get another one here. We'll take a little wander down here. I'll show you what that filter looks like inside of the other one. It's one of these. So that's what
That's
is...
pretty slick. 250, 230. That ain't bad.
Yeah. So that's what's inside of in that barrel. In fact, that's a little too large. I think the one I have in there is a little bit smaller, but that's the same idea. So after this is run for a while, we're gonna check this out and see what we got. Well, what do you think? You want to try the generator?
Yeah. What I would do is just cut this fire off.
We can shut it off here.
Should we just put something over that fire hole and then shut it off? That way we don't have any gas in it.
Well, we got to come right. We got to pull that plug out of there. That slips right over there, I think. No.
That's still firing.
That's hot. Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Well, let's get it up. Let's let it get up to temperature some and see if it's going to do any better than that.
Tried to put it out and look what it did. Whew.
Yeah.
It's toasty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's making it. Good gas. Good gas. Well, as you can see, we got the shut off on this. The generator hasn't run for quite a while, so I did, before we converted it over to the gas, I did start it on gasoline. So, and then I just let it run out. So we're going to hook up here in a minute and see if we can make a run on this thing. Is that switch on?
It is now.
Switch is on. The gasoline is off. Our air is on. I'm going to move the tripod, I think. Hey, I'm pretty stoked on this. I think
You know, it's kind of amazing that. What was it? An hour and 10 minutes setup.
I started.
15 minutes later, it's pushing gas.
I wandered down here at 8 o'clock, 10 after, tried to find everything because it's scattered all over the shop.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a trailer, what would be nice is that they have a trailer with some cabinets and stuff built into it.
Yeah.
Where you could have spots for all your fittings, all your connectors, your paste, whatever.
Yeah.
Think about that. And then setting up would be probably 45 minutes and you're pushing gas in another 15.
Yeah.
So an hour you're making gas and you could be off grid.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'm not even going to fit into this thing.
No, let
I'm
it
not
do
going
this.
to fit it in the shaker. I'm going to just let
It might
this.
have climbed up another 5 degrees, but that's kind of crazy. It's staying that low. I think. Well, that's not going to be much more than 100 degrees.
Right.
That's probably stone cold.
That's
That's a little tough. That's a little tough.
These are.
This is your air cooler.
We're cooling down.
And the recondensing.
Yeah. This is stone cold.
Yep. I wonder if it would help you, because there's a lot.
Okay, all you gasaholics, Hobby Logger is going to try it again. Yeah, last time didn't do, it started off really well and then we ended up getting one of those clinkers down and plugged it right off. We lost all our gas and everything, so I shut it down, pulled it all apart, figured out what's going on, found that thing was about a 2-inch diameter clinker, about plugged the whole thing right off. So I knew it went down in there to begin with when I put the coals in from the furnace when I first started up. But I said, well, maybe it'll work its way down through it. Didn't. So here we go. I'm going to see if we can't get a nice flare on this tonight. So I'm guessing it's about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we'll see if we can't get something. I'm going to start it the old-fashioned way, just hard. So here we go. Well, that's it was running out of fuel. So there we go. Now, how do you like that? A little bit orange, but she's making it now. Oh yeah. What I might do is, now that I know we're making some gas, a little bit orangey, but we're getting there. I think I'll hook in the new filter that I was trying out and see if we can't clean that up a little bit. So stand by. Well, we just shook it down a little bit, and it seemed to have cleaned that up some. It's just about out of fuel now anyhow.